Hello and welcome back to the Glimmer Witch. Yes, I am back. And no, I'm not showing you a random outbuilding for no reason. I have actually started back working again as of the beginning of this month, which is September. And currently, as you may hear in the background, I am having a cabin built. I've decided to pick my brush back up properly and get back to doing what I love the most. So I wanted to say a big thank you to all of you that have stayed subscribed for the last 2 years. Crazy, isn't it? So in that time, we've actually moved home. We have bought a new house in a different area. So I'm starting back from scratch. So here's a little video of the work that's going on right now. I'm hoping that this will be done in the next few weeks so that I can move in, but there will be ongoing decoration going on over the next few months, to be fair. But as soon as I can get in there, even if I have to run an extension lead down the garden, I will. So yeah, that's what they're doing right now. So it's my husband and my son that are building it at the moment. So I had a lovely client in the last 2 years. I have done family and friends, and this is one of them. This is Becky, and she came on Saturday for a new set that was inspired by Kerry Anderson. So I'm doing my usual prep, cuticle pusher, still my original one from Glitter Planet. It's still going. I do like this one because it's angled. So just making sure we've got none of that residue on there. So I'm hoping in the next few weeks and months that I will be able to start building the business back up again. I will apologise for any dodgy camera shots. In the last 2 years, last year I actually started diamond painting as a hobby to deal with anxiety. And have actually started a YouTube channel for that. So I do actually have a proper overhead camera mount now. So no more wobbly camera, no more dodgy angles. So it's coming useful, but doing the 2 different types of filming are very, very different. So yeah, just got to get used to a new system. So just using a ball bit to clean up those cuticles. Becky does suffer from quite dry cuticles, but as you know, the prep work is what's going to make these nails stay. I am using a new file, and I am using files and tips from Tracy Lou as always. I'm also using her glitters. But my product range is still CJP because I don't see the point in changing. Only difference is that since I last did a video, I'm now using the 1.2 monomer, which is a little slower setting, which I quite like doing the acrylic design, but is doubly adhesive, so very good lasting power. So just making sure that we get in those corners and just etch that nail thoroughly, but gently. I have sped this video up. Obviously I'm not being that aggressive on the nails, but we do want to make sure they're prepped properly. Hello, Ken. Hello, Ken. So I have my my eldest son here with his dog, which is a little chihuahua. Okay, so after a break of a few days, yeah, the summer house is nearly done, so that's looking really good. So I'm just coming in and I'm just wiping over with some acetone to make sure that those nails are oil free. Feels so strange being back. If you can hear anything in the background, it is actually the washing machine today. But I am off work, off my other job, and just thought I wanted to get this video up. So I'm just getting the tips ready now. So these are the tapered coffin nail tips from Tracy Lou. They're the only tips that I use currently, although I do have boxes of other tips. I just haven't used them for a long time. So I'm using my CJP gripper glue to size these tips and fix them on. I'm holding them on longer than I need to because this particular client, we do sometimes have problems with tips sticking to her nails. You know, she's just one of those people. Now I have sped this video up. It is sped up to nearly twice as fast, just to cut down the amount of time that I'm taking up with the video. So a very small amount of CJP gripper glue. I love these tips because they are wellless. They are perfectly shaped. So literally you just cut the length down, a quick file of those wings, and you're good to go. So very, very quick to fit, which I love. Always, always, if you are new to nails, always size up each finger. Do not size one hand and then pull out two tips, because it will not work. Your fingernails are not the same size on each hand, and you will end up causing yourself some pain. You will get that tightness feeling, which is the acrylic shrinking that tip onto your nail, and you don't want that. Nails should never hurt, ever. They shouldn't. I mean, they will if you rip one off, but you know, putting them on, having the actual process done should not hurt. So just going to fix all of those tips on. I've done a couple of sets of nails since this started, so I'm currently still only doing 2 or 3 a week at the most. So it may be a little while before you get another video, but we all have to start again somewhere, don't we? So yeah, just making sure they're all on. I probably didn't need to leave all of this in. Okay, so just coming in with my stalk scissors to trim those tips down, and then I just use a file to file them in and make sure those wings are blended in. But like I said, they're wellless tips, so very easy to blend in. Always following that basic rule: side walls, free edge. So they don't take much blending at all. They're very easy tips to use. Love the Tracy Lou files. They're very sturdy. Give a nice, sharp, crisp look. So once we have got all of them filed in, I'm coming in with some dehydrator. And then, as always, I'm going to lay a very thin clear base of crystal glass, and this is purely because it gives the adhesion that I really need, that really strong adhesion. And also, when this client then comes back for a redesign, I am filing back to that clear layer. I'm not filing onto that natural nail. You never want to be doing that. Now, of course, I don't mean if you are fully qualified to use an e-file. Some people do use a sanding band to prep the nail. That's absolutely fine as long as you know what you're doing. So, tiny little clear bead, and just tapping that in and pulling it down, and it just gives me that protection. So I usually do both hands at the same time to do this, because then once it's done, I've got the time then to play around with the acrylic colours. Okay, so on this pointer finger, I'm coming in with Honey Pearl. This is a shimmery version of Birthday Suit, and I'm just creating myself a nail bed. And we're going to do this at a slant. I don't do it particularly well, so I do come in and file it afterwards. But you get the picture, literally just to give that bit. So I'm doing the nail bed colour first, because I don't want to contaminate it with any other colour or glitter or anything like that. So you will see me add another little bead, just so that I can get that strength where I need it and to get that domed look, because I don't want to be filing massively with this. Once I've finished with that finger, I will then move on to the next one and give that time to set. I am using 1.2 monomer, so it is a little bit slower setting, which I quite like because it's handy when you are building nail beds, you know, cut out designs, that sort of thing. Washing machine's going to take off. I haven't got any other time I can do this today. So just a tiny bead of clear just to cap that. Turn my tissue over, and I'm then going to go to the ring finger. So a small bead of clay, I'm going to blend that back, and then I'm going to pat and press the rest of that colour down that nail. You can see that I'm working a tad too wet, so I actually go in and fetch another bead and blend that back as well to get the coverage that I want. I will then leave that to set before I come back in with my nude. Turning the tissue over again, and that was my client getting a hair that was stuck in a nail. My clients are very good, you know, they know what I'm doing. So coming in on that ring finger with a bead of clay to start with. Now I'm putting this down to then put the glitter over the top, and it's just because it's a little bit of a chunkier glitter. I can't remember what this one's called, but it is from Tracy Lou. It's because it's so long since I did this set of nails. It's like a week ago. Over a week ago. No, it is a week ago. Oh, I do apologise for the washing machine. So in my new house, I have a sunroom, and the washing machine and the dishwasher are in the sunroom. I have a lovely little kitchen, but it is little, so I don't have room for them, and we will be making an ensuite. But at the minute, I'm stuck with the washing machine in here. So that middle finger coming in with a full nail of that clay, popping that bead at the cuticle, tap, tap, tap around the cuticle, and then I'm just pulling and dragging that colour down the nail, making sure it's as neat as I can get it. I do like the 1.2 monomer. Not only is it very adhesive, so it works very well, but it's a little bit slower setting. So for acrylic designs, I really like it. Not that there was anything wrong with the 1.0 at all. Now, is it mono? Is it 2.0 or 1.2? Can't remember. It's the 2.0, I think. So just capping that with a clear bead. You can build the whole nail with clay. It is a core powder, but just you know, you might as well just cap it with clear. So just coming in with my file, and I'm filing that line dead straight, and then I'm going to come in with a bead of that of clear and dipping it into that glitter. I'm going to push that up against that wall and give myself another line, and this is where I make the mistake. So what I should have done is done the glitter and then done another top layer of clear, let that set, and then file it again. I didn't. I put the clear down, the glitter down, sorry, left it, and then went in with the clay after, and I shouldn't have done. I should have capped the glitter first. So if you do cap the glitter first, you'll get a much sharper line. On the thumb, we are doing another full nail of that grey. I absolutely loved these nails. Like I said, I am a bit out of practice. I do need to rebuild my skills up a bit, but I will get there. So just add in some colour on that tip. Now, some of you may have been taught to do a bead from the middle down first and then do the cuticle bead. That's absolutely fine. That is the way that I was taught as well. Just as I've developed, I started doing my bead at the cuticle first. I just like that cuticle area to be as neat as I can get it and build it from there. So that's that done. So we're going to cap that grey nail, I think. I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure I did cap that nail first. So it is a beautiful sunny day today, but there is a chill in the air now, so autumn is definitely here. But I just needed to get this voiceover recorded so I can get this video up, because it is taking, the nail videos take up more room on my phone. So I've got filming to do for the other channel, so I needed to get this one finished. So just coming in with that honey pearl. Now when you're doing an ombre, I suggest doing a smaller bead than this, because I actually pulled this down too far, as you can see, and I lost some of the grey. So I do that bead first. I then come back in with another little bead to get that cuticle neat, and then I came back in with another little bead of grey and blended it up. Fixed it. But that's how out of practice I am. It has been a while, and especially doing full acrylic designs as well. Recently I've been wearing very short nude nails and just gel polish painting them, just because of the job I do now. I type a lot, so if I have my nails too long, I get a lot of lifting on my index finger, so I decided to go a lot shorter. So now coming in and filing that glitter, which would have been much easier if I'd have capped it first. I apologise if you heard the notification then. So laying that grey, I'm then going to come in and cap that glitter nail. So I wet my brush, and then I just wipe over the glitter just to make it a little bit wetter. It helps that bead, and you want this bead to be a little bit wetter really. But just pop it at the cuticle, tap, 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 pull it down. It's that quick, that easy. Once I do get the nail stuff moved into the cabin, I will be able to set up lighting, decent lighting for this, but the overhead camera mount works very well, which means I might have to get a second one actually, if I've got one in the cabin and one in here, but I'll sort that out later. I'll figure it out. I may just buy another mount, a different mount. So that is the nails all capped and ready for filing. So filing, basic, simple stuff, sidewalls, free edge, then the barrel of the nail. I use a one of the, I think it's 180 grit nail files from Tracy Lou, and I then use a buffer. Now this is a brand new file, and as I come down the other side I actually cut her, and I've left it in. I've left it in so that if you are a newer nail tech, you will see that we all do it. I've been doing nails now for nearly 5 years, and sometimes we still cut our client. So I literally just spray a pad. There you go. That's me noticing, and I sort of stopped and said, oh, I'm sorry, I've made you bleed. So I got a cotton pad with some water on it, and I just held it on there for a few seconds to stop the bleeding. And I also wiped it before I applied gel polish, making sure that I didn't get any of that top coat on that nail. So I have left the filing in for this just so that you can see. And on the the index finger, sorry, not the ring finger, on this ring finger it was very easy. So my tip, if you are new, is to get used to laying your acrylic as if you don't have a file. If you do that, you will have less filing to do. And I don't know about you, I hate filing. I hate prep, I hate filing, but they're really, really important. So the quicker I can do it, the better. On the ring finger, I actually came in with a fine barrel on my e-file, and I e-filed the bulk on the top of the nail off. but I left the filing in because a lot of people like the filing. So you'll see, as I'm holding her finger, I'm pulling the skin back with my finger and my thumb to pull it away from the nail. Obviously, again, this is speeded up. I wouldn't be filing this quickly or aggressively. It isn't as aggressive as it looks. So just getting that shape in. And then just coming in with a buffer and making sure that that cuticle is as flush as I can get it. So with this, I'm going to do the side walls, etc. with the nail file. I've got a little bit of a bulky bit on that nail bed that you can see, but I get rid of that when I file. So I get rid of that and tidy it up now. And then I come in with my e-file. So nearly at the end. So once I have filed all the nails and they are buffed, so that's me saying to her that I'm going to come in and take that bulk off. And I believe she said, I wouldn't know. I would never have noticed if you hadn't pointed it out. And I'm like, but I notice. And I do take pride in my work. I do have a lot to brush back up on. I've got a lot of skills to practice again. But overall, I was pleased. So I have put a picture of the finished nails on the end of this video. I can't promise when the next video will be coming in. It depends what nails I get in the next few days, but I will try and get a video up as soon as possible. Just in case you're interested, I got my nail file bits from CJP as well. And I do need to buy some new nail file bits really. So there I am, just debulking the top of that nail. Just taking off any excess, making sure that it looks nice and neat. But it's just that barrel of that nail, so that's the bit that I'm going to take down. She absolutely loved these nails. So once I've done all my filing, I use acetone just to wipe over each nail. It just smooths out the surface of that acrylic. I then use CJP's Top Gloss. That's my favourite gloss top coat. In the lamp for 60 seconds. It only needs 30. I always do 60. Bring it out, and once you have done that, let it cool down for a minute and then apply cuticle oil, and you have your finished set. This set was inspired by Kerry Anderson. I did tag her in the photo on Instagram and she did like it. So not as good as hers, obviously. So just tidying up with that nail file until I'm happy. And then we come in with the top coat. So just getting rid of that dust. Every person who has glitter loves the top coat. I have no idea what I was explaining then. Not a clue. It was a few days ago, so. So I'm going to leave the rest of this video. I'll leave you to see the final result. Thank you for joining me today. Please do give me a like. If you like the content, please feel free to leave a comment, questions, etc. below, and I will be back very soon, hopefully with another video. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for joining me today. Bye bye.